Okay, first of all, good evening, everyone. And today, I just thought of maybe we can again kind of like brush up on the sadhana of the Chenrezig practice. Yeah? And I'm sure many of you have also followed the live stream from Delhi. So I'm sure you have also received a lot of information and knowledge from the live stream. So, which is always good to receive as much as information that we receive on the practice of Chenrezig. But then which leads us to the practical thing when we are sitting down and then trying to practice, then how does all that information line up, and how do we approach with the practice, and what are the experiences, or what are the how are the information used during that particular time when we are involved with the practice. So that I'm sure, I mean, it is it will be different for everyone. When we practice, like for suppose if a group of people practice Chenrezig, the visualizations and then the recitations of the mantra and so on, and then after that, after the practice, if we have a small discussion, so let's say for example, if we have a small discussion, and then if we exchange our the experience or what went through the practice, it would be very different from what you had and from what the other people had. But just by also receiving the same information from the same teacher or from various other teachers, so the experience will be a little bit. It will be. It kind of becomes. What do you call it? Personal, I guess, from your point of view, because when we live this life, I mean, our views of this life is different. Our capacities of just knowing the facts of life it is completely different for each individual. For most people, there might be some common ground, and for some people, it's the total different understanding of the same fact of life. So based on that, our approach, our experiences on the practices, even though we receive the same information, the practice will be a little different. So that depends solely on oneself. And but then what we need to catch or to work on when we practice is that, like what I said just now, it's to see the facts of life in a very plain and simple way. Obviously, if we don't, we can do that with the use of the practice of Chenrezig. When we recite, when we visualize, when we see Chenrezig as an inspiration, then we want to achieve the same quality of compassion that Chenrezig has achieved, or that he has. So being inspired by that, we want to achieve that as well. Yeah? But when we want to achieve that, first of all, we need to see the facts of life and how we deal with those facts. And yes, and then to basically to work with yourself within the mind. Yes, so with that in mind, when we basically everyone is familiar with this now. When we start any kind of sadhana practice, any kind of practices, first we need to generate the bodhicitta mind. So basically, understanding that all sentient beings go through this pattern in samsara, and then which never ends. And then within that cycle, there is always this constant suffering. Some obvious sufferings, some subtle sufferings, but then there is always constant suffering, constantly. Yes, and then together with that, you can see greed, anger, jealousy, all with those quality of minds, which can create a lot of impact. Yes, and when we kind of, I'm just talking on a very general stage on what we see as sufferings, or what the ego can do to bring sufferings and so on. Yeah. So we can see that in our everyday lives. We can see that in the TVs or in the news and so on, in communities. So that kind of that drive of the ego, it never kind of ends. It still it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's never enough. So when we kind of recognize that, then we can, and then when we reflect on the teachings of the Buddha, we generally feel, we naturally feel compassion to the people who fall into that pattern, and then who lives in that world and sees nothing else than to create more, I guess better word is power, to gain more power, or to gain more, I don't know, anything that comes out of greed or ego, or so when we see those kind of qualities, we kind of not stand out, but we can feel compassion. There is a connection that links up somehow, because we see beyond, or at least we understand beyond that world. So when we when we practice the Chenrezig sadhana, generating the bodhicitta mind, we should try to involve all those people, all the sentient beings, including, and do the practice on behalf of them as well, so that they can come out of that world, out of that shell or world, or whatever you want to call it, and then so that they can also see beyond that world. So when we generate the bodhicitta mind, first of all, to understand a little bit, to understand of the patterns of what do you call it? Human nature, or the patterns of sentient beings. Yeah. So if we see that, then yes. What was I going to say? I forgot. So we need to try to have some empathy, to see it from their point of view, to understand their point of view, and then to feel more, to connect more, to generate the compassion quality that is within us. So when we have those kind of qualities gathered in our mind, in our concept, then we include them as well. In the text, obviously, it says to all sentient beings. All sentient beings meaning sentient beings in the 6 realms. Yes. But then, in the beginning, it is always good to start with our families first, families, friends, friends of friends, and then slowly to expand that circle of sentient beings. The reason why is that when we first include our families, the people nearest, people that we care about, is that we can genuinely feel you want to wish them well. So you want them to have good health and be well in general. Yeah? So that connection is there naturally. And so we can first include all of them, and then to do it on their behalf as well. And also to make a commitment that until that I have this, I set forth this goal of mine, which is to reach enlightenment. And then I will continue to practice, and then to develop myself, and then to have all sentient beings included in my practices. In my practices, and then until I attain that state, I will keep on practicing until I reach that state. So it's kind of like also to make a commitment, or to just to inspire yourself or oneself, inspire oneself from generating the bodhicitta mind. So after that, we have cultivated that quality. Once we feel in that zone. So once we have created that vibe, the vibe within us, and then we start. Then the instructions of the visualization of Chenrezig starts. So first, basically, we just read it out loud. We can read, there's 2 ways to do it. We can either read it out loud first, and then until the end of the instructions, which is until page 32. To page 27. 26. Page 26 is the instructions of the visualizations. Yeah? So there's 2 ways to do it. Either you read, just read it out loud, and then once we get to the point where we have to recite the mantra, and then you can slowly start to visualize the visualization. And I personally think that is also a better way to do it. The other way is as you read, and then you start to visualize as you read. So either way, whatever you feel comfortable with. So once we begin, I mean, obviously we are the ones sitting down and then engaging in this this practice. So we are obviously there, and then together, it's not just us, but then there are all sentient beings with us, and then on top of our heads, on a white lotus, seated with the moon disk, and then on top of the moon disk is the letter, as the seed syllable, Shri, which is in white color. And then from that Shri, the seed syllable, the Shri transforms into Chenrezig. The complexion is as smooth or fair or brilliant complexions of Chenrezig. And then it is adorned with the crown jewels, and then as we can see from the statue, with the clothes, with the attire, I guess, with the attires, and to yes, I think the instructions of Chenrezig is clear. I mean, we can also read it from the text, and then also we can just read it, look at the statue, and then we have a picture of what to visualize upon. Yeah. But then the connection towards that visualization should be that is a little bit different, I feel, because when we visualize Chenrezig, it is just a mere concept. Yeah, it is just a concept. It is there, but yet it is not there as well. So it is just like a rainbow body, like the rainbow that we see in the sky. It is there. We can see it very clearly, that all the different colors and whatnot. But then it is not there at the same time as well. Yeah. So when we that visualization is more of coming out of your samaya. Samaya meaning what do you call it? Belief or faith, that strong bond with the deity. So that visualization. Once we have a clear visualization of Chenrezig, then the concept should not be of as it's like a statue, or made out of bronze, or made out of clay, or maybe a 2D form of like a painting, and so on. Yeah? Because that is what we can see it with our naked eyes, is the statues and the bronze and the pictures and so on. So when we visualize that concept shouldn't be like that. Rather, it should be like as if like you are right there. I can see you, like in what do you call it? In presence. Chenrezig is in presence of you. And whatever visualizations, the golden ornaments, the attires of Chenrezig, the lotus flower sitting on the moon disk, and so on, it should be as Chenrezig in that particular form is present in front of you, or in this case on top of our heads. So I think that is that sets a very different mood when we practice, rather than just visualizing a 2D form of Chenrezig, or maybe like a statue, a bronze statue, or something that something real, yet not real. So, like I said, that's the samaya. So after we have visualized the Chenrezig, and then kind of in that way. Yeah. So then from Chenrezig, it doesn't say here. We could just visualize a light radiating from Chenrezig. Five rays of lights, five rays of lights, very bright colors, and then the first color, the first rays of light radiates to the 10 directions, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Arhats, and so on. And as a symbol or a sign or a gesture of respect or of not respect, but as an offering. As an offering, and then once all that offering has been made, the lights will again radiate, come back to Chenrezig, and then there's a second light that radiates. That is to all sentient beings. The light will reach to all the sentient beings that are suffering, and then purify them, and so on. And then the light will again come back to the seat syllable in Chenrezig's heart. And then Chenrezig's facial expression is has a smile, like a very gentle smile on Chenrezig's face, looking down with compassionate eyes. Chenrezig. With 4 arms, the first 2 hands doing the mudra, this gesture, this mudra, and then the lower right is holding the beads, the mala, and then the other one holding the lotus flower. And then all the attires, of Chenrezig, red, blue, the skin of a deer, whatever. Also, if you want to visualize all those attires very clearly too, you can also think of any brand that you like. If you like Italian brand, some blue scarf or blue something, and then there is a bottom and a top. So just to make that connection, to make it more real and personal to you, you can do that too, I guess. And then Buddha Amitabha residing on Chenrezig's, on top of Chenrezig. And then sitting in the lotus position. And then behind of Chenrezig there is a seamless moon, bright moon. Yeah. And then that becomes your visualization. So after that, this is the visualization. Yeah? The visualization instructions is done here. And then, like I said that time, there's either 2 ways to do it. 2 to it. First you, as you read, and you follow the text. Follow with the text. And then the second is to, once you come to the point of the reciting of the mantra. But that doesn't mean the first one to just read out loud and then to do the proper visualization towards the recitation of the mantra. That doesn't mean that you, once you read, you just read, but also try to look at the meaning, then try to do a very brief visualization as well, so that just to assume that Chenrezig is on top of our heads, and then with all that the hand gestures and the positions of Chenrezig. So after we have done that, then we supplicate to Chenrezig with our hands together. We make prayers to we praise the Chenrezig, and then we kind of make prostrations to Chenrezig, but not physically, of course, but just by this gesture, we do the prostrations by reciting this sentence 3 times. Page number 27. Yeah. Jo Jungi Mari Buddha Kara Zosangi Uba Tuji Jingi Dona Sik Chenrezig Na Chansa Nima. And then I guess we continue Papa Chenrezig Na Chuchu we make prostrations. First verse of the page number 28. The first verse is making prostrations. Second verse is to make offerings with flowers, with incense, with light, with music, and with offerings of edibles. And then also, after making that offering, the third verse is making confessions, saying that including in this lifetime and many lifetimes ago, all that I have accumulated, the negative accumulations within my mind, all the wrongdoings from my ego clinging, from my anger or whatever accumulation, negative accumulation from anger, from hatred, from ignorance, and so on. I confess to you. Yes. But I think making confessions is, yes, I think that is many lifetimes ago, whatever I had accumulated, it's a little bit, what do you call it? It's a little bit too much. Yeah. Because we don't even know what we did, but we definitely did something. But then it is always good to regret, to confess something that we know of, yeah, something that we recognize, something that we know of, be it from the body, or the speech, or just the mere thought of something negative. Yeah? So all those can be confessed, and we are aware, and then during these confessions, if we can really think of that moments of the wrongdoings of oneself, and then if you can make that confession, then it leaves an imprint later on. When that same incident is about to happen, then we might also say, I cannot do that. Yeah? So making confessions, rejoicing, I guess. This is basically the seven branches, I guess. Something on the and then making the aspiration of to Chenrezig. And then the seven branches finishes in page number 32, and then from there, basically with very sincere with sincerity, we supplicate to Chenrezig to basically it's kind of like saying that, oh, now I am in this, I understand this, I see the facts of life differently, and then I see that all sentient beings are also in the same thing, but then we are constantly kind of suffering. And to have that feeling of, is it remorse? Is remorse the right word? Kind of like a little bit feeling remorse, and then kind of supplicating to Chenrezig that please, this is our conditions in this. We are all in this state, so go to please bless us with bless us with your blessings, and so on, and to supplicate that all sentient beings in the 6 realms, due to their causes and their conditions, they have to go through this. So may all sentient beings be free from that karma, and then eventually to reach the pure land of the Amitabha, or the Taras, or the Chenrezig, and all the Buddhas and the many other Buddhas that there is, to supplicate to them. So that supplication ends in page number 44. And then, so after praying with remorse to all sentient beings, then Chenrezig kind of receives the message, yeah. And then again, a light will radiate from Chenrezig. And the light will radiate to, we can call it, to the whole world. Let's say, yeah. To the whole world, starting from the place that you are in. Then you can think of if you're here in the center, or whether you are at your home. If you're making this practice, wherever you are. Yeah? So you should start with that place. Like suppose if you're home, you're doing that practice, then in your flat, then the light will radiate to your neighbors, and your upstairs, your downstairs, and then the nearby buildings, and district to district, and slowly reach in every corner of the world. Yeah? And when the light is reached to all, to the ends of the world, then that is kind of like this impure world becoming pure with no negativities, and only the facts of life. Yes. Like in its most natural state. The outer worlds become pure land of Chenrezig, all sentient beings, the inner beings, like the outer world, becomes the Pure Land of Chenrezig, and then all the beings in this world now becomes the Buddha Chenrezig. We'll have the mind of the Chenrezig, the speech of Chenrezig, and the body of Chenrezig. And then whatever recitation or whatever sounds, every forms, basically every form now becomes the Pure Land of Chenrezig, or the mantras of Chenrezig, or the aspiration of Chenrezig. And then we recite. We recite not too loudly or not too not like not inside your mind, but at least mumbling Om Mani Padme Hum. But when we recite, we should try to recite the mantra clearly. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Because once we start to, I think many lamas do this, yeah? Well, because they're too used to reciting Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. And when they're too used to it, because but I think it should be you should recite it at least clearly, but very gently, so that only you can hear it, or maybe someone next to you can barely hear you, and that's how the mantra is supposed to be recited. So when you recite in that way, out loud, and then now you can start to do a proper and take your time and to slowly visualize Chenrezig, yeah, on top of your and everyone else's on the top of their heads. So you can start to recite it slowly, and then once you have a complete visualization of Chenrezig's presence on top of your heads, and then you can start to slowly focus on Chenrezig's heart area. Like inside the heart area, there is the sixth syllable, Shri, yeah, the same as that time, and then surrounding that tree is the sixth syllable, Om Mani Padme Hum. And then I've said this before too, when we visualize the sixth syllable Shri, it's like it has a structure, but it is not necessarily to have the perfect detail of the sixth syllable. Rather than you can just, in your mind, if you think that there is a sixth syllable on a lotus moon disk and then Shri, just the sound Shri, white sound. So yes, white sound Shri. It needs to be Shri. Yeah.
Shri.
Yes.
Sorry, my pronunciation is not
yeah, Shri. Yeah.
Shri.
Shri, and then Om Mani Padme Hum. Same with Om Mani Padme Hum. All the letters have different what do you call it, symbols. Yeah? But then Om Mani Padme Hum can just be the sound. It can just be the sound. So Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Like in the sea, you can just visualize the sound is rotating.
Oh, okay. So we don't have to visualize exactly the character.
Exactly the characters.
But the
yes.
sound actually is already the character.
Yes. So that becomes more easier to So Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum slowly rotates, kind of like generating energy of compassion. Yeah? Then again, if you like, then again you can do the light radiation, the two light radiation. First to make an offering to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and then again the light will radiate down to all sentient beings, and to purify them in many ways. Yeah, you can also, when you purify the sentient beings, you can be it can be you can imagine it to be like you can do it your own way. Like if you see what do you say, like animals that are suffering, let's say, yeah? So you can focus on that, and slowly you can focus on different things to, it's not a cockroach. It looks like an alien bug.
Really? I don't know that. It's okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can also include like sentient beings who are too deep into their ignorance, or like their anger or any kind of emotions that accumulates more negativities for oneself. So like you can target those kind of beings as well, yeah. And then and then so many others. You can just whatever you feel that you are compassionate to, you can try to focus on target that area, and then try to purify them. Let the light be received onto them fully. And then when you do that, then there's somehow, again, there is a connection with you, and then with the light reading onto them and kind of dedicating it to them. Yeah. And then slowly it can be on different ways. So when we keep reciting Om Mani Padme Hum, because we will be doing this for quite some time, for 10 minutes or 15 minutes or even more than that, yeah, depending on the time. So you can, and then again, you can shift your focus back to the Chenrezig, the complexion, the eyes, the posture, whatever brand attire Chenrezig is wearing, and so on. Yes, and then when we are done with the practice, and then there needs to be, first we have invited Chenrezig, we have welcomed him. Yeah. And then we have made, we prostrated to him, we offered him food, water, music, and incense, light, warmth, and so on to Chenrezig. Yeah. And then yes, and so you've invited that, you've offered him, and then you have asked for his blessings, you've asked for a favor, basically, yeah. And now we need to kind of say our goodbyes. So kind of like saying, thank you for coming, I'll see you next time. And so that conclusion is, that goodbye is basically the dissolving of your visualization. So Chenrezig, first on top of your heads, and all the world that has been transformed into the pure land of Chenrezig, and all the beings are the Buddhas. Yeah. So Chenrezig will slowly dissolve like a rainbow, and then just be as it is, as if nothing ever happened. There's no evidence. So that's one way to dissolve the visualization, or either the Chenrezig will come slowly dissolve onto you, and then from our top and our bottom will slowly shrink. The Chenrezig will slowly shrink and become smaller, and then kind of dissolve into the heart area. Yeah? Then after that, we make our dedications to all sentient beings and so on. And then when we arise from the meditation, from the practice, then we try to arise as Chenrezig. So whenever we try to do from our body, speech and mind, we try to align with the Bodhisattva way. So making a visualization and dissolving and whatever happens in between, it's more like, if you think of it, it's you just like having someone over to your house, if you invite someone like a guest into your house, you invite him. First of all, you need to have the intention to invite. And before you invite, you need to like that person at least. You will not invite someone who you don't like and who you don't like. So you will invite someone, a person who is near and dear to you, maybe someone that you care about or someone that you like, a friend. You will invite a friend to your home. First, then you will have that intention. There will be a propose for that for that gathering, you see. And then whatever happens, and then it will be time to leave, and then it's finished. And but the difference between the visualization is that after it finishes, we just leave it as it is. There is no reoccurring back to what happened, what had happened during the visualization. And then after the visualization, you just leave it as it is. Nothing to hold on to, grasp onto, or to point that there's something happened. So with me and Chenrezig, when I had a meeting with Chenrezig. so something like that. It should be in a very neutral state, very neutral. And then to just leave it as it is. And then what we need to work on after that meeting with Chenrezig is that we now try to follow in your footsteps. I mean, we try to take the Bodhisattva's way of practice, the Bodhisattva's speech, thoughts, and our actions, for as long as we can. And then we forget, and then we start over again. That's practice. So that'll be all today. So nam de tamje se kwane tomne nyebe danam pamje ne ke ga na che balap to boy Sibu Togan Dogon